linking. What does this do? It basically it lets you link your columns together so that the text of one story will just flow from the first column to the second to the third, etc., and so that you can have your story divided up into multiple nice little columns. So, how do we do it? Well, I would normally suggest starting by just dragging your text out of CC Libraries, which is really the easiest way to do it. Here I have my 5 columns. They're actually already linked, which is super convenient. So you can see I can just go in here. When I highlight the whole thing, it all lights up. I'm going to try pasting in a story. Here I have Grace's thrifting op-ed from last cycle. I just pasted in, and you can see it's pretty much all linked up. You can see the story flowing from one column up to the top of the next. Now, what happens if I delete a column? Pretty much nothing. The linking just stays together. It's just that that column is removed. If I delete a column from the middle, then it'll say the third column here, then the linking will just go from the second column to the fourth. No problem. Now, what happens if I want to link columns that aren't from CC Libraries and that aren't pre-linked for me? I would come over here. Let me see, I'm going to make 2 text boxes, which you can see 1 and 2. And then I'm going to go down to this little square right below the bottom of the column and click on it, which is going to let me link the columns. And then I just click on the area where the next column is, and they're now linked. Let's demonstrate. Let's copy that text again and put it in here, and you can see that it's linked. Now, what if I want to unlink them? Well, I would just go back to the last column that I want to stay linked. So let's say, since I only have 2, I'm just going back all the way to the first column. And I'm going to click on that little square again, which now has this arrow implying that it's been linked. And I'm going to click again on the column that it's linked to, and all of a sudden it's not linked anymore. You can probably see right down here now that that square that used to just be a blank little blue square has turned into a red square with a plus. That's implying that the text is being cut off. So I can just click on that now to link. Now, what happens if I have another text box, but I want this text box for some reason to be second and this one to be third? Well, I would move around the order, but now I need this one to be the second one in the linking order rather than this one right here on the right. So I would just go back to the first text box, click on that little arrow, and click on the second, and now it's going in order 1, 2, 3. Super easy, super convenient. I highly recommend it. If you're not linking your text, you're really not going to be able to get your stories properly in there. It's super easy. This is really one of the great features of InDesign. Yeah, so let me know if you have any questions, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. So yeah.